So as usual, let's relax. So lay down on the ground. If you have any stiffness or feelings or tiredness in your lumbar spine, do not hesitate to put a chair under your calf muscles, just to relax even more that area. Otherwise, just bend your knees, it will help anyway. Or you can just put your legs in Shavasana mode, so legs straight, rolling outward. Up to you to find the variation that you prefer today. Close your eyes, roll the arms outward, and pull the back of your head away from the shoulders. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Let all tension get released by the exhalation. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes. And then sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw. And let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck, and your shoulders, arms, forearms, and hands. Relax your back, vertebra, from the cervical vertebrae till your coccyx. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring the awareness into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breathing cycle. Which part of your body moves the most? The chest or the belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of the two phases is naturally longer. Observe without changing anything. Become a witness. Observe like you were observing someone else's breath. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation And between exhalation and inhalation, the small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause. Exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. It's one of the 2 phases. Longer, observe also that your throat is always open and free, relaxed. Also in the suspended states. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create a long, steady breath. Constant breathing from the beginning till the end. Observe your chest opening slowly and relaxing during the exhalation slowly. Constant movement from the beginning of the inhalation till the pause between inhalation and exhalation, from the beginning of the exhalation till the pause between exhalation and inhalation. Long, steady breath. From your next exhalation, take control of the 2 poses and lengthen the poses as much as you can. But still listening to your body. So if you have any tension rising up, step back. Listen to your body. Play with your breath. Yet listen to your body. Long, steady breath. Long poses. From your next exhalation, adjust your breath. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, and pause, and create a breathing cycle of the same length for the 4 phases. Same length for the 4 phases. Long, slow breath. 3 more observing breath, 3 more controlled breath. At the end of your 3rd breath, release the technique and go back to a normal, not controlled breath. But there too, observe just for a brief moment if anything has started to change in your breathing cycle. Inhale deeply. Roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a few moments before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Sit on your heels. Check to have the 2 big toes touching and exactly at the same level. Keep the knees together. Put your hands on the upper thighs, sternum up, shoulder blades down, and create circles with your lumbar spine. Rotate your legs outward and inward to help you create those circles. Turn also on the other side. Okay, now put your knees as wide as the mat. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Roll your hips forward. Straighten your arms and lower your chest as much as you can. Put your head on the ground. Keep your arms straight. The elbows are not touching the ground. Pull the arms back into the shoulder socket and observe that doing this, your shoulders become wider. Without lifting the chest, move your sternum toward the front of the mat. And on the meantime, move your shoulder blades toward the waist. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly walk back with your hands. Keep the hands on the ground, just a bit further to your knees. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward to have the inner part of the elbows facing the front of the mat. Shoulder blades toward the waist. Sternum up. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hip backward and look at your belly. Inhale, roll your hip forward and look at the sky. Exhale, roll the hip backward. Push the spine to the back. Look at your belly. Inhale. Roll your hips forward. Look at the sky. Roll the arms outward. Arch your spine. Exhale. Roll the arms inward. Push the spine back. Look at your belly. And one more time. Inhale. Roll the arms outward. Arch your spine, look at the sky, and go back to neutral position. Okay. Walk forward with your hands again.
Lower your chest. Put your hands on the ground. Pull the arms back into the shoulder socket. Allow the two shoulders to become wider. Sternum toward the front of the mat, shoulder blades toward the waist. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, walk to the right with both hands. Move even out of the mat. Okay. Push with your right hand against the ground and push the chest toward the left side. Stretch the left side of your chest. Keep the both hands firmly on the ground, but keep on pushing the chest to the left. Observe the stretch of your left side. Slowly come back to center and walk to the left. Walk out of the mat. Keep the hands firmly on the ground and start pushing with your left hand against the ground to push the right side of the chest to the right. Stretch the right side of the chest. There too, keep on pushing the sternum up and shoulder blades toward the waist. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, slowly come back to center and enter the tabletop position. Roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, walk slightly back with your knees and move your feet as wide as the mat. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push your buttocks back and shoulders down. Keep the shoulders down. And slowly start stretching the legs. Roll the arms outward. Lift your heels as high as you can. And push the chest toward the toes. More. The more that you can. Keep on rolling the arms outward. And slowly go down in tabletop position again. Okay. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward. Push your spine toward the sky. Look at your belly. Inhale, roll your hips forward, drop the spine, and look at the sky. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look at the sky. One more time. Exhale, belly. Inhale, sky. Okay, now put the 2 knees together. Still in tabletop position, the knees together. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your right knees and move your right knees toward the forehead. Inhale, straight your right leg, flex feet. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. And one last time. Inhale, forehead. Exhale, forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Okay. Go down with the two knees together. In case, you can always put your hands in fist mode. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg, flex feet. Exhale, forehead. Inhale, flex feet, straighten your leg. Exhale, forehead. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, forehead. Inhale, stretch leg. One last time. Exhale, forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Okay, down again. Put your hand firmly on the ground. Walk slightly back with your knees. Put your feet as wide as the mat. Roll the arms outward. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Push your chest toward the toes. All the time, all the time, all the time. Keep on pushing. Relax your face, your throat. Relax your belly. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, walk back with your hands to enter Uttanasana with wide legs. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet. Allow the spine to relax and lengthen. Close your eyes. Activate your quadriceps to give them the message to the back of your legs to lengthen. 3 breaths, long, steady breath. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your hands in front of the in contact with your knees. Lift your chest, your back. Look in front of you. Keep your legs against the, keep your hands against the legs without pushing back. Just keep it there. 3 breaths. Look in front of you. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come up and enter Tadasana in the middle of the mat. The 2 feet are touching. The 2 heels are slightly apart. Roll the legs slightly outward and observe that this movement will allow your coccyx to sink deeper under the body. And in the meantime, also your belly will be drawn inward. Just rolling the legs outward. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Put your hands on the waist.
without looking at your feet. So just look in front of you. Do a step up with your right leg. Just a step to the front. Okay, perfect. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Without looking at your hip, try and observe from within the alignment of the hip. On your mat. Okay. When you're happy about this alignment, still looking in front of you, start rolling the hip forward. Activate your legs, especially the right leg, especially the right thigh, and start lowering your chest, your back. When you arrive parallel to the ground, stop. Stop there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, allow your spine to unwind and allow the hand to move toward the ground. Relax your neck, relax your face, relax your throat. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly, slowly come up. Look in front of you again. Put your hands on the waist and change leg without looking at your feet. There will be any way at the end of your legs, so you don't need to look where to find your feet. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, and there, go inward. Analyze your body and play with your body to find a good alignment. Both of the legs, feet, legs, hip. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Still looking in front of you. Start rolling the hip forward and start lowering your chest. Activate your leg, especially the left thigh. And when you arrive with your chest, with your spine parallel to the ground, stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, allow your spine to unwind. Allow your hand to go down toward the ground. And relax. Relax your throat, your neck, your face, your belly. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly, slowly come up. And go back into Tadasana. The 2 big toes are touching, the 2 heels are lightly apart. Close your eyes. And observe which part of your feet has more weight. Is your weight more on the ball of the feet or on the heels? More on the right side or left side? Just observe. without changing, not yet. Now, still with your eyes closed, move your weight more toward the ball of the feet. Keep your spine straight, keep your body straight, just like you were still in Tadasana. You are still in Tadasana. Observe the weight more toward the ball of the feet. And go back to center. Now move on the right side. Observe your body, the weight shifting to the outside right feet and inside left feet. And there too, observe and go back to center. Paying attention now, move the weight of your body more toward the heels. Pay attention. The movement have to be really smooth, subtle. And go back to center. Now move toward your left feet. Observe the weight, moving to the outside left feet and inside right one. And back to center again. Open your eyes and widen your feet. Keep your feet really wide, super wide. Control to have the heel slightly wider compared to the to the ball of the feet, to the toes. Heel slightly wider. Okay. Put your hands on the waist. Roll the hip forward. Keep your legs straight and active, especially your thighs. Thighs really active. When you arrive with a spine parallel to the ground, stay there just for 2 breaths. And then roll your hips even further and put your hands on the ground. If the ground is super far away, you can put your hands over a block in case. Put the weight of your body on the ball of the feet and move even deeper into this fold. Go as low as you can. Still activating your legs, especially your thighs. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, slowly come up first with the spine parallel to the ground. Look in front of you now. Put your hands on the waist, bend slightly your legs and come up. Okay. Now, put your feet a bit closer, not super close. Put your hands on the waist and create circles with your hips. Keep the two legs straight. Slow and steady movement. Just like your breath. Turn on the other side. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now turn the right leg to the right, left leg inward to have the left heel at 45 degrees back. Okay, now move your hip to have the hip a little bit more toward that is more parallel to the long side of the mat. Toward me, yes. Okay, perfect. Put your hands on the waist, sternum up, shoulder blades down. Bend slightly your right leg. Straighten your left arm just behind you. Roll the arm inward, bend your elbow, and grab the inner part of your pants, of your right pant. Okay. Move your left shoulder back to help you go even further with this grip of the hand. Okay, now sternum up, shoulder blades down. Roll the hip backward, so pull your pubis up, tug the tailbone under. Roll the right arm outward, put the outside of your hand in contact with the inside of your leg. Okay, and now slowly start straightening your right leg and going down as much as you can with your hand. The left hand will help you keep the two shoulders in line. That's why it's super difficult, because you cannot move free. Okay, that's perfect. Just perfect. Now, allow your left arm to move up to the sky. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly come up. Okay, lower both hands. Relax the shoulders. Roll on the other side. So, roll the left leg outward to have the feet pointing straight forward. Roll the right leg inward to have the heels going backward at 45 degrees. Bend slightly your left leg, straighten your right arm. Roll the right arm inward, bend your elbows, move your shoulder, your right shoulder back. Okay, and grab the inner part of your left pant. Okay. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Now, pubis up, tailbone down. Move your left hand inside of your left leg. Sternum up, shoulder blades down, and start straightening your left leg and going down with your hand. Beautiful. When you arrive at your maximum, no matter where, Allow your right hand to move toward the sky. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly take your time. Come up. Put your hands on the waist again. Roll the right leg to the right, and as we did before, move your left heel at 45 degrees back. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist and roll the hip backward. Okay, straighten your arms to the side and roll the arms outward to have the palm of the hand facing the sky. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. Inhale deeply with the exhalation. Without moving your shoulders, your arms, your head, and the chest, start bending your right leg. That's the hard part. The head doesn't have to move. Okay, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly move your chest to the front, almost to create a line from the left feet to the head. Observe how it's more difficult to have the body in this position. So go back with the chest right over the hip. 3 breaths. Allow the arms to go down. Straighten your right leg and move to the other side. So left leg pointing forward, right feet at 45 degrees back. Okay. Pubis up, shoulder, tailbone down, shoulder blades down, sternum up. Straighten your arms, roll the arms outward. Without moving your shoulders, arms, hands, and chest, start bending your left leg. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, move your chest to the front to create a straight line from the feet to the head. Sternum up, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Yeah, it's harder. At the end of the 3rd, put your chest right over the hip for 3 breaths again. And at the end of the 3rd, allow the arms to move down, relax down, straighten your leg, and go back into Tadasana. Big toes touching, heels lightly apart. Slide the tailbone down, pubis up, sternum up, shoulder blades down. Find the dristi, a fixed point just in front of you. Try and find a dristi which is either eye level or even higher, just a tiny bit higher. Put your weight onto the right side, onto your right feet. Bend your left feet, keep your wristy, allow the left leg to open to the side, and put your left feet in contact with the right leg, no matter where. Up to you to find your comfortable position. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, open your arms and roll the arms outward. Bend slightly your elbows and push the thumb back to open the chest. 3 breaths again. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your hands in prayer position over the top of your head. Bend your elbows, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back into Tadasana. Find again your comfortable position, your stable position, and lean on your left leg. Bend your right leg. Open the right leg to the side and put your right feet in contact with the left leg. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, open the arms to the side, roll the arms outward to have the palm of the hand facing the sky. Bend your elbows slightly, put your thumb back to open the chest for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your hands in prayer position over the top of your head. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly go back into Tadasana. Find your Tadasana position and close your eyes. 3 breaths. Just observe all the feelings that you may or may not have. At the end of the 3rd breath, open your eyes and lay down on the ground. Keep your knees bent with the feet quite close to the buttocks, but not touching the buttock. Roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist. Put the hand really close to your hip. Okay. Push the back of your head away from the shoulder. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lift your hip, tuck the tailbone under. Push with the feet against the ground to lift your buttocks even more. Push, 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 push. Okay. And now slowly go down to the ground again. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hips backward. Lengthen the lumbar spine. Push with the feet against the ground. Lift the hip. And interlace your fingers right under the buttocks.
with the finger interlaced, roll the arms outward to be more on the upper arm and less on the shoulders. And keep on pushing with the feet against the ground. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, slowly go down to the ground again. Okay, now I want you to take 2 blocks. Okay, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do it together. So at the beginning, just look at me. So we're gonna put the 2 block in this position, so one just above the other, not in the high position, but in the low one. We're gonna put the 2 blocks next to the hip, and we're gonna enter exactly the same posture that we did before. So we roll the arms outward, hands next to the hip, we lift the hip, we interlace the hands, roll the arms outward. This is super important. The idea is really to be able to have most of the weight on the upper arm. We push the hip even further. Now we grab the 2 blocks and we put the 2 blocks right under the sacrum, and slowly we lower the sacrum over the blocks. It's supposed to be really, really super comfortable. Once that we have the block, we can relax the arms, the legs, everything. We stay there just for a few breaths, and then we lift both legs to the sky for 3 breaths. In case you don't feel comfortable, but I think that you will do it because it's quite stable, you will see. You can do it one side at a time, or one side at a time, and then we lift the other. Up to you to find your version. To exit the pose, you simply push the hip up to the sky, move the blocks, slowly, 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 lower the hip, and we grab the knees. Any questions? You okay? That's it. So, the 2 blocks close to the hip, feet close to the buttocks, roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, inhale deeply. With the exhalation, roll the hip backward, push with the feet against the ground, interlace your hands, roll the arms outward, push further with your hip up to the sky. Now, grab the 2 blocks, move the 2 blocks right under the sacrum, and slowly, to find a good position, put your sacrum over the blocks. Okay. Once that you have the 2 shoulders, the 2 blocks under the sacrum, just relax for a few breaths. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. When you feel ready, either lift one leg at a time, or both legs slowly, slowly
to the sky. When you have the two legs up to the sky, count 3 breaths. Relax your belly. At the end of the 3rd breath, slowly lower your legs again. Stay in this position again for 3 breaths. Just relax at your maximum. At the end of the 3rd breath, push with your feet against the ground, lift your hip, move the 2 blocks away and slowly unwind your spine. Slowly, slowly, really take your time. Lower the spine, the sacrum, buttocks, and grab your knees. There too, slowly push your knees against the chest. 3 breaths. And roll to the right and left side. Okay, beautiful. Now, roll completely to the right side. Put the 2 knees down to the ground. Put your right hand outside of your left knee. Lift your left arm. And now, pushing down the 2 knees down to the ground, allow the left shoulder and the left arm to move toward the ground. Even if it's not touching the ground, it's not a problem. Look at your left hand for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to center. 2 knees up. Okay. Push the knees toward the chest and roll to the left side. Put the 2 knees down to the ground. Put your left hand outside of your right knee to keep the 2 knees down to the ground. Lift your right arm up and allow the right shoulder and arm to move toward the ground. If it's not touching the ground, it's not a problem at all. Look at the palm of your right hand for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back to center. And again, roll on the right and left side, just for a brief moment. When you feel ready, grab everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. Yay! So put on socks or a sweatshirt. If you have any tension in the lumbar spine, put the bolster under the knees. If you have a heavy either another bolster or a blanket, and a heavy blanket, you can put the heavy blanket over the belly to allow yourself to relax even deeper. Use the first moments of Shavasana to observe your body. Observe if you have any tension in your body and use your breath to relax every areas that you still feel a bit tense before relaxing completely. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant a mantra, and at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that very moment, just relax. Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Really slowly. Start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Let go all tension. Bend your knees, roll on the right side. Stay on the right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight, but yet relaxed. Put your thumb and index finger together, palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position just in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.